We will be working out while we're in quarantine, while we're in self-isolation. That you need for these workouts. And you can go to 11byvenus.com or go to my link in bio so you can opt in for emails on updates on who we're working out with, what times we're working out. Usually it's at noon, but sometimes it moves around. So go ahead and opt in to get all of that info. You can also use the code 20% off Coach Venus while we're in self-isolation and quarantine, a special code for everyone, so they can go ahead and stay active. So go to the link in bio for all that information. So today we have someone very special in my life whom I love, Alexis Ohanian, my brother-in-law. So he is an amazing person, and he puts up with me, and he agreed to be on here. So I'm very excited to talk to him and to have a conversation, and also to do some workouts. So we're gonna just talk on the fly, and he's a real tech guy, so I'm sure he's already here. Not here yet. No, I'm looking for it. Let's see if he made the request to join. Okay, so today we're going to focus on workouts that are good for entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs need to work on stress, so we'll work on some breathing between our workouts. We'll also work on some vision moments for Motivation Monday, and we'll also work on back, because as an entrepreneur you're spending a lot of time sitting. So we're going to work on making sure that we have good posture and back strength, so that way you don't have back pain. Okay, let's see if he is here. There he is, Alexis Ohanian. I said sir to you. Anyway, I'm so happy to be here on
There it
Monday.
is.
Hey, oh my God, you are
I'm
ready
ready.
to rock and
Ready. Got a
roll.
little
Got
headband.
the memo, huh?
I'm
Well,
ready.
good.
Yeah, I didn't actually know how to set it up, so I went live on my own thing. But I told everyone to follow you, and then I don't know how to use technology. Is the problem?
I thought for sure you knew how to. Wait, so is this? Am I your first Instagram live
Yeah,
that you've
I've
joined?
never. Yeah, don't tell my wife. I have. Never.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
This is a
You're
special
kidding.
moment. I'm glad we can share
Wow.
this with everybody.
Me too. Well, thanks for joining me.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me,
You're one
V.
of my favorite people, you know, even
Thank you.
before Olympia was born. So,
I know. Well, I definitely got a lot more points
hmm
with I think everyone
yeah,
because of Olympia.
she's so cute. Okay, so you're at the office now.
Yeah, yeah. This is my cave. It's my little dry erase board. It's like a garage slash office that I've commandeered for myself. Pretty nice. Got a coffee
Commandeered.
maker back there. It's homey,
What
slightly
happens when
warehousey.
Olympia comes? Do you get any work
She
done?
takes over. Actually, okay, here. Normally, this is the exclusive tour you're getting here, but of course, these are some auntie privileges. So this is her little learning area.
Okay, so that's her little entrepreneur corner.
Yeah, so she's practicing to be a CEO or learning different food things in French.
Uh, where's Quay Quay? Who's that baby?
Yeah, right?
Is that Quay Quay's cousin?
I don't know where Clay Clay is. I'm not sure. But it's a good little setup. And I don't know, school when I was growing up did not have princess dresses. But, I mean,
Is
this
that a
is
nap
just,
zone?
uh, yeah, sure.
Oh,
She's got to relax too. And then there's my sound booth for like VO, like voiceover stuff. And oh
oh
yeah,
my
and then I
God,
can
I'm gonna have to
practice.
come use that.
Look, see, and I got that's for free throw practice in between calls.
I feel like you should have a tennis court in there anyway.
Yeah, I think you and I both know that's not going to be an
Hmm.
effective use of my time. But
Okay,
no,
so what did you think of Serena and I's performance yesterday on
Mario Aces is not a reflection, obviously, of real tennis ability, but I was disappointed. I was
Yeah,
really,
me too.
really disappointed.
Me
Expected better from y'all, especially because I know Serena was saying y'all had played. There was the Nintendo tennis game, I think, one of the
Yeah,
original 8-bit.
I mean back in the
It
day.
was a different game back then, for sure.
Yeah.
But I thought y'all were gamers. But apparently you outgrew video gaming all the time. It's probably good.
So can we talk about the stresses of an entrepreneur and because I had some ideas
Get
for
right into
exercises
it,
we could
V.
do
All right.
today. Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I mean, you know that
I think the
entrepreneur
people
life.
want to work out. Yeah, I know the entrepreneur life, but I'm a
Mhm.
professional athlete.
Yeah.
So I work out all the time in a different way. So specifically for entrepreneurs as a non-professional athlete, yet
Mm.
we got high hopes for you. What are
One
some
day.
of the areas do you think entrepreneurs need to work on the most for fitness, wellness, well-being, stress relief, and some things we could attack today?
Yeah. Well, something I've been trying to coach. I mean, these days I do. I'm sort of an entrepreneur, but for a venture capital fund. So I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, give them money and advice.
Mm-hmm.
And physical and mental wellness are two things that you cannot invest in enough as an entrepreneur because of all the stress, because of, like you were saying, you do spend a lot of time usually sitting down, which is not ideal. And so even just getting 20 minutes a day, I know has made a huge difference in my productivity. It actually I know it makes me think better. I know it makes me more successful. And I like anything to get out of the chair, even just walking meetings. Obviously, these days, a little harder to do. But even just to make sure I take one or two meetings where instead of just sitting across from a founder in a room, I'm walking with them, and we're just walking and talking for 30 minutes around town, and even those little opportunities add up because you just spend so much time sitting and stressing over the same things, and to get the blood flowing even in a little way makes a huge difference. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to get educated. I joined in on one of my company's weekly Friday morning yoga sessions where they're
Mm-hmm.
doing it all via Zoom. And even stretching like that and making it a company activity so it's kind of communal, even though everyone's kind of locked up in their own homes, makes a huge difference.
Mm. Okay, okay. So stretching. I was
Mhm.
thinking today, stretching, breathing. Maybe I thought we'd focus on the back because when
Yes,
you're sitting a
yes.
lot,
Especially for the tall fellas, I am so nervous about losing my height as I get older, and so anything I can do to invest in back support, back strength is like very good. I don't want
well,
to be the guy who used to be 6'5" and who's now like 5'7". That can't happen.
okay, I don't think that's gonna happen. That would be a science experiment.
Yeah, I can't have that.
Okay, so as you can tell, I'm really into beauty. I've had a hair change over the
Yeah,
weekend.
that's a good. You're changing it up.
I've gone pink.
Yeah.
So can you tell me about one of the companies you're working with, NASA Beauty?
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Brian? I am. I'm very excited because I get to invest in a range of different companies, and this one in particular, NASA, started out as a natural hair salon in San Francisco for women to be pampered and really to be a first class experience, even down to the app they use to book and manage the entire experience. And they're open for like 21 glorious days, and then COVID happened. They had to shut down, obviously, to keep everyone safe. And so they launched these at-home hair kits. Now they're already sold out. They sold out in the first 24 hours, but
Oh,
uh,
wow.
shopnazabeauty.com was something they did in order to basically keep their stylists working using Zoom to be able to give them opportunities to help women if they're interested, because we've obviously all been self-quarantining for a while, to be able to do these at-home hair kits, which isn't the same obviously as the full salon experience, but really clever and potentially a whole nother business model they hadn't even considered. And
Hmm.
that's the thing that's made this period so rewarding, is to be able to actually see so many entrepreneurs adapting and figuring out how to thrive in very difficult circumstances. And
I agree.
that resilience is part of what makes me so obsessed with entrepreneurship overall.
And just going through this COVID period, how do you think entrepreneurs can survive this?
Mm.
Because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So,
Well,
what is your guess on what's going to happen to the economic landscape in, let's say,
mm.
the next 12 months, and then how entrepreneurs can survive that?
Yeah, well, we're definitely encouraging all of our companies to be expecting this to last for at least the rest of the year. Before I don't think the economy really starts to feel right until maybe early next year.
Hmm.
And I think one of the things, you're actually doing it yourself. I mean, you started this whole Instagram like meme channel thing in the last few weeks, right? Like having a
I
regularly
think we're on
scheduled
about week
IG
week
live.
6.
Yeah. So this was right.
Yeah.
This was a product of the necessity. What is it? Necessity being the mother of invention. Like
Yes.
you're you're able to adapt given the fact that you've got a lot like less travel in your life and a lot more time to be able to do this, and a ton of people in your network who would obviously love to talk to you and do this, and you've created something from this dilemma. And so I think that's what it is. This is adaptation has always been um, one of the great strengths of great entrepreneurs, and being able to adapt to these circumstances as best you can using the means at your disposal, using whatever sort of unfair advantages you might have. Like this is
Hmm.
a great example of it. And now this is
Hmm.
a thing. People are going to keep wanting this even after things come back to normal.
Hmm.
And now you look what you set yourself up
So
for.
you're
This
saying
is a
go
whole career.
digital. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying take advantage of the resources you have, and certainly in this age of digital, the cost to produce this it isn't like 7 cameras and a crew and a
No, it's an
TV truck.
iPhone.
It's lit exactly. It's an iPhone, and that's it.
You saw the
And
video I created yesterday, huh?
uh, right, and you're able to do this just with iMovie on your phone,
Hmm.
making edits yourself. Like that's the power of the medium, and I
Well,
think I think you're quite smart to be using it this way, and obviously giving your fans what they want.
thank you. Well, I can't wait to get a Naza Beauty kit. I'm mad they sold out. So
We saw we I
you
can
hook
make
a
that
sister
happen.
up.
I can make that happen.
Can you hook a sister-in-law up?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, so I thought that today we could start with just some breathing and visualization. So
Okay.
do you use that breathing and
I
visualization at all?
I try. I've got like 6 of those wellness apps, and I've never been able to use one more than like once. Oh wow! Wait, this is what I'm doing.
Oh, I was honestly just stretching for myself while
Oh,
I
okay.
listened to your answer.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stretch too while I'm just gonna copy everything you do best I can. Are we
So
standing for this too?
if you want, we could sit.
Okay.
That could be cool actually to do some sitting. We could do a set sitting like where we're because a lot of times you are sitting
I
and
want to get
on
out
a
of the chair.
call.
This
Honestly,
is
sometimes I'm
important.
on a call and I put on like a light mask and so I look like a crazy alien, but like do beauty treatments while on a call.
Uh,
So all that stuff
multitask.
counts, all that stuff adds up. So, all right. So I thought that for tennis, visualization really does work and does help. So I thought that as an entrepreneur, you're starting out on Monday, start to visualize what you want to accomplish. So I think it'd be cool that while we take some breaths, so we'll just put our feet together, close our eyes, the arms go up, and then the arms are going back to center, and we'll breathe, and we'll think about what we want to visualize. So I will kind of let you talk about what you want to accomplish this week, and then I'll go second.
Okay, wait. So when I visualize, the more specific, the better, right?
The more specific, the better. So
Okay.
we'll breathe and visualize. Arms go up and then back to center, and keep breathing. Deep breath as the arms go up, the chest opens, the neck goes back, arms back to center. Keep breathing. So, Lex, what do you think you would like to accomplish this week? What are your goals?
Yeah, I'm visualizing just watching my wife at Mario Aces on the Nintendo Switch
Are you turning that into a business?
and holding that trophy up, my mushroom cup trophy or flower trophy. No,
Husbands
what am I
can watch their wives on Mario.
It's the one tennis outlet I have to win. Okay, I'm gonna say I have probably a half dozen companies that I'm gonna help this week with some pretty hard, pretty big, pretty important decisions. And I can't go into all the details, obviously, because this is confidential. But those half a dozen companies are going to be much, much better off as a result of it. And I'm going to feel like I am a hopeful investor for helping them get through it. Yeah, all right. Is that specific enough?
That's specific enough without
Okay.
getting into details because that's obviously confidential.
Hmm.
Now let's reverse. So we're going to go back up through center, and I'm going to talk about what I want to accomplish today. or this week? All right. So this week, I want to stay connected to my team as usual as we work through our challenges with COVID and as we work through our projects over at V-Star. We want to connect and continue to gel even though we're apart. And at 11, we want to continue to prepare for the next season because, boy, do we have a lot to offer and we have to get it done on time. So for me this week, it's all about keeping the teams connected and focused. Keep breathing, Lex. You should feel kind of very much more open now and actually energized with the breathing. I don't know if you feel that.
Oh, I do. It could be the 3 cups of coffee, but I actually think I should feel it.
You're ruining my zen with the coffee. Okay, and then lastly, I want to make sure I'm bringing a lot to these workouts I'm doing Monday through Friday, and to continue to innovate, to connect with people on what they need.
Can I add something?
Please.
I'm gonna teach. I'm so close to teaching Adora how to roll over. She's gonna learn it this week, and I'm also gonna be a really good dad when I'm with Olympia and keep my phone away.
That's a tough one because she's gonna want the phone and you're gonna want to keep working and it's hard.
No, well, Papa, here's the thing. She's really good about respecting. She knows better than to try to play on Papa's phone, but she guilts me. If I'm on it and we're playing catch or something, she'll grab it or she'll come and just be like, Papa, phone here, and she'll point to the table where she wants me to put the phone down. And I'm like, oh, you're right, Olympia. It's not that important. She's good. She's keeping honest.
I know about that because she's taking my phone. So.
Right? Oh, see, well, she knows VV and Grandma are easy marks.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Go right for it. She knows
We've been
she can't
singled
try
out.
that on Papa.
Okay, so we're gonna keep breathing, and then we're gonna open up our chest. So we're gonna go from center, and then we're going to pulse.
What?
Yeah, so you're gonna feel that in your upper back. So if you're stiff there, you're gonna feel it open. Okay, so do you feel that?
I feel something. Yeah.
Okay. So we're working on loosening our back before we work it out. So you're gonna pulse, open, back to center, deep breath, and then we're gonna roll our neck, roll down, roll back up, press to the stomach, back to center. So you get to close your eyes and breathe while I guide you through it. So continue to take deep breaths. You can hear my voice. Continue to visualize what you want to accomplish.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah, okay. Easy.
Hands start to center. We're going to go forward, parallel to the body, so straight ahead, then open up, pulse. So we're going to pulse for 11 because we are an 11 out of 10.
That's on brand. I like that.
Okay, so we pulsed for 11. Now we're going to go back to center, palms facing each other. Now we're going to roll our neck to the right, and we're going to roll it to the left. Your eyes are closed, and you keep breathing deep. Breathe in, breathe out. Now we're going to let our hands drop to our side, roll down. So you should feel each vertebrae roll back up. The neck comes up last. Arms go up to the ceiling, palms facing to the sky. Now push your palms forward. Let your back go backwards. Nice. Palms to center. And we're going to do that one more time. Arms go forward.
You do this every morning?
No, normally I start hitting the ball very violently every morning.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But I've changed my routine now that I'm not playing tennis in the morning. I play in the evenings now. Are you liking this, Lex? Am I sensing
this is
a progress?
great. I need this every morning.
And you can create different variations of this too. So, for example, you could create your own flow if you wanted to open up your hips. So you could, open up your hip, breathe in deep. There's limited there, so many ways you can do this. All right, let's get one more set in. So we're going to go to center. Arms go forward. Then we're going to open up our arms and pulse to open up the back and the chest, because we're going to work those out great. Keep breathing and visualize what you want to accomplish. Okay, that's 11 pulses. Arms back to center, and then we're going to go straight up. I'm sorry, we're going to put our feet together, and then we're going to roll down. I'm sorry. Arms to center, and we're going to roll our neck to the right.
I was going to say something.
Nice. To the left. To the left twice. There we go. Let the arms drop to the side. Neck goes down first, so one vertebrae at a time, rolling down. Keep breathing. The hands trace the legs. Now this time we're going to let our knees drop. Palms go on the ground. I probably disappear from screen. Hang there for a second. Breathe.
All on the ground? Yeah, all right. Okay. Woo!
Okay, come back up. Knees straighten. Palms are still on the ground. Keep them there as long as you can. Fingertips come off the ground. Arms trace the side. Keep your head down. Roll back up. Palms go up into the air. Palms are facing the sky. Go back. Push all the way back. And back up. All right, now we've opened up our back. We are ready to
We did.
go. All right, so I think you've got your weights, right?
Yes. I've got some fine Scotch weights here.
Oh, my.
They're light.
I used to drink Scotch on an emergency. You know, if there was nothing else, that's a
Emergency?
911.
No,
Yeah.
Scotch is for celebrating. It's for,
well, I'm not as classy as you.
Now that, I don't know about that. But...
Okay, so what we're going to do is work on that back. So we are going to get into this position. So the back is straight. So it's not sink, it's not mountain. The back is straight. And then we're going to burn it out. So we're going to lift up for 12. So you want to make sure that those shoulder blades are squeezing to each other so you get the full extension. And we're going to do
alcohol was dysfunctional.
11 sets. Okay, so Lex, how did you become an entrepreneur? Was it always in your soul?
You know, no, I was going to be a lawyer. I was a history major at UVA, Wahoo Wah. And am I still doing this?
Yep. We're going to shoulder roll to give you a little bit of a break. Shoulder roll back.
I wasn't asking for a break. Shoulder
roll. You're going to be after this. Trust me.
I was going to be a history major, or I was a history major, and I was going to be a lawyer. And then, wait, what is that? And then I walked out of an LSAT 30 minutes into it because I was like, you know what, this is not fun. I don't want to be a lawyer. And I never looked back. I went into a Waffle House, had some waffles, and I said, you know what?
Okay.
I don't want to be a lawyer. I just chose waffles over the one test I needed in order to become a lawyer. Just go to law school. I should probably not be a lawyer if I'm not that serious. And so instead, I decided I should try to convince my roommate to start a company with me, which is how I became an entrepreneur. So it was really thanks to Waffle House waffles and not wanting to take the LSAT.
I wouldn't want to take the LSAT either.
It was terrible. I was 30 minutes into it, and I just looked around the room, and I was like, everyone looks so miserable. I feel miserable. I don't know how each did it, because I realized it was not for me. I just walked out, and everyone was like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? But it turned out being an entrepreneur was a better path, at least for me. And now look at me, doing Scotch workouts with Venus Williams.
Okay, so do you feel any burns?
Yeah. I felt burned that first back pop.
Okay, so now we're gonna go out. So first we were going like with a bent arm. Now we're gonna go with a straight arm.
Got that big wingspan. I gotta make sure not to hit it.
Yeah, I'm a condor. Okay, what's your favorite thing about Serena Williams?
My favorite thing?
Yeah.
She is when she feels a thing, she feels it with all of herself.
Uh-huh.
And so when she loves entirely herself. Like she gives all of herself to everything she does. And when I see her as a mother and a wife, like even even when it's even when we have normal, husband-wife conflicts, um, I know and I can see the pureness in her heart about wanting to get better and to put, like, I don't know.
She's just
She's
a cool, unbelievable, awesome, dedicated person. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, no, I mean, look,
You missed that last set,
we
sir.
all, oh yeah, what was that last one?
The last set's like this.
Okay. No, it's like, I think that's the reason she is who she is she just doesn't phone it in, doesn't phone anything in. And so uh, even when the
Keep
stakes
going. Keep going.
even when the stakes are high, she really gives it her everything, and I really
Flip.
appreciate it. And frankly, it's motivational. I start feeling good about myself, and I'm like, I haven't done anything yet.
I think you've done quite a lot.
I appreciate that, B, but it's a good
Okay. Back to the chest.
all right. Which I can say I did not always have in my life, to my detriment.
Okay, so
But
what's
all
your
y'all
most
like that. You're like that too, B. And I see it in grandmother as well. Y'all are just like so. Um, serious is not the word because you're definitely not always serious. But there is there's a
weight,
real dedication there.
your shoulder roll?
I'm sure. Am I putting the scotch down?
Yes, but just for a second.
Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna raise to the side.
Wait, are we holding the liquor?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, I have like a weird sun patch here, and I'm trying to figure out how to get in or how to get out of it.
See,
I
this should
haven't
just
quite been successful at figuring out this
all
sun patch.
look at that. There, perfect.
Okay, maybe that's better.
Yeah.
Turn the camera again.
Okay.
Okay. So what's been the most rewarding entrepreneurial experience of your life?
Certainly starting and then being able to come back and help lead the turnaround of Reddit. I never thought I'd have to turn around a company, let alone one that I started, but that's what happens when you sell too early and get the chance to come back. But you know, actually, what I'm doing now is pretty awesome with Initialized because I feel like we get to be a factory to help build businesses, and the impact that that can have is much bigger. As much as I hope Reddit will keep being successful, I think the impact we can have with Initialized will be much bigger, and so that's my jam. And we're just getting started. Okay, what is it? Is this up down?
Yep, same thing. So squeeze those shoulder blades. They should be
Yeah.
activated.
That's starting to burn a little bit, V.
Yeah, it's burned.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm feeling it. Yeah. That is present and accounted for.
All right, we're going to go back to our initial set. So
Okay.
that was, we're going to go straight arms. I'm sorry, let's do bent arms. We want to get that upper back one more time. So I won't have to do these exercises today in the gym.
Oh, this is all. I see you. This is all very strategic.
So now we're going to go at a 45-degree angle. Oh, yeah, I feel the burn. Good job, Lex.
Wait, 45-degree angle?
Yeah, so now we're at 45 degrees.
Not good at geometry. Okay.
So
I
we
like
call
it.
this the Y. So before we did the T, this is the Y,
Yeah.
and before we did the I, straight ahead.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to that Y. It burns.
That's right. All right.
Okay, we're gonna switch it up now. So quietus is kept a lot of our lower back issues. In order to support our lower back, we need to strengthen our glute medius and our gluteus maximus.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do is to go ahead and do some things for that. So I'm gonna push this back a little bit so you could see me. And then we're gonna kneel, and then we're gonna go sideways. So wait, you still can't see me. Hold
I'm
on.
zooming in over here. What does that peach logo mean? That peach emoji.
Peach emoji? Oh, bye. Okay. So in, out, in, out. We're skiing.
I've never skied.
Me neither, and I won't do it.
I just don't think human beings should go that fast on two pieces of wood. Why do you need to go 50 miles an hour on a couple of sticks?
Other leg.
Not interested at all.
I honestly, I agree, and all I can think about is all the surgeries I would be in once I crash, and I would be screaming. I'd be like down there, like ah!
That's no good. I did it once on a bunny slope, and I realized never again. Also, I just feel like the time to learn is when you're little, so you don't have far to fall.
Now
It's
we're gonna
hard
go into glutes.
falling up here.
I'm
Is
gonna
hard.
demonstrate.
Okay.
So we're just gonna jump a little bit. So that we're gonna get into a lunge,
Right.
and then that's gonna activate
Yeah.
our
Oh
glutes
yeah.
and our glute medius.
What? This is real. All right, V.
All right, switch.
Oh man. Serena will be noticing me when I come home from work.
I can't do this. All right, now we're gonna
Gotta
go
put
to
her
the
on
side.
notice.
Maybe I should
Papa
grab a
Bear's been
rock
doing
over
his
here.
lunges. Okay, what?
All right, now we're gonna do just some side, back. So I've got both of my bottles. Now we're not going to get into abs today. We can do one ab actually. We're going to do a standing one. So abs too, keeping those strong. I'd recommend if you don't want to do abs, just plank it out, side plank, forward plank. That's going to prevent so much back pain. Let's go to the other side.
What's an acceptable amount of time to plank?
If you can only do 5 seconds in the beginning, that's
Yeah.
okay. What's important is that you have good form. So as long as you can hold it with good form, so a plank should be like this. It should not be like this, with arching. It should not be sagging. It should be like this. So you're planking in a straight line. And once you start losing that form, then that's when you stop. Exercises should all be good form.
That's most important. Even
That
if
is
it's
most
only like
important,
for 5 seconds of planking.
even if it's 5 seconds, because you can build on that.
All right.
You want to do it the right way. Okay, back to our side slide for the glute medius. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's use those champagne bottles again. We're gonna hold them above head for the ab one, standing ab. So we're gonna just lean backwards. So I don't know if you can see the angle I'm going.
Okay.
One into this side, and then to the right.
Natural.
So you can let those weights go back too for an extra challenge.
Man, I should be feeling this in my core.
You should.
All right.
So if you let the weights go a little bit behind your head, you'll start to feel it.
Can we talk about that mac and cheese last night?
I didn't eat that because it had gluten in it. And, you know, I'm gluten-free.
Never mind. I don't want to rub that in there.
But those biscuits were a disaster.
Right? I'll find the places in South Carolina that makes them. I'll post it in the comments. Really good biscuits. Not an investor, but if I ever did invest in a biscuit company, it'd be this one.
Okay, to the side. So you can see me, and we're going to slide it out.
Do you think, I was looking at putting together a family ski trip at the end of the year, which obviously
One switch
last year, but because I kind of want Olivia to learn so that she doesn't have the same irrational fear / disinterest. But
well, if she's going to be a little athlete, she probably will.
Well, so this is part of where I was going. Okay, wait, I have the bouncy one. Oh yeah, okay. But so then, it's the right idea to be trying to expose her to a variety of different physical things. Like it wasn't, y'all just weren't learning tennis the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, we only did tennis. So.
But I can't tell if you were messing with me.
Well, yeah, we ran track and field for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't. Everyone thinks since I'm 6'1" that I'll be able to play basketball. I cannot.
Oh, I've seen Serena try a couple of free throws over on the net there, and I can confirm that she has never played basketball.
All right, we're gonna throw in a variation here.
What? But wait, what about all the dancing y'all do?
I haven't had time to dance in a couple years now.
Okay.
It's definitely one of my goals to get back to dancing because it truly makes me happy. I'm working towards it. I think that COVID has helped me to kind of figure out my priorities. I think one thing I realized is I love pink hair, and I've always wanted pink hair, and I was like, I'm just going to go for pink hair now. So blame it on COVID, blame it on, I don't know, whatever, and maybe that's small, but self-expression is super important. I personally have been busier than ever during COVID, so it would be nice to slow down a little bit because I've never had to slow down in my life. Okay, now, opposite side. Now we're going to hold the last one.
But, I mean, you're not exaggerating. You've been going since you were a kid. So how does it feel to not have,
We're going to hold this last one.
Okay.
Do you feel that challenge?
I do.
So we're opening up the back. I don't know if you feel that stretch with the challenge. Switch. Okay, my left side is so much more looser.
Never held this much alcohol, never consumed it.
This is a challenge, isn't it? Aren't you thirsty?
Yeah.
All right, back to our ab. So let those weights go past your head. And the extension comes from your lower back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You feel it now?
I think so.
And you're also you should feel some through your neck where you're having to stabilize. Quietness is kept. Keeping your neck strong also helps your stability. One more. All right, last set here. So now we've worked through the whole chain for back stability. Glute meads, glutes, core, pecs, upper back, and neck. Now, why do I know this?
Fake
Because I've been injured. And
Mm.
then you learn the hard way. So that's why I want to pass on this information so other entrepreneurs are not in pain, because honestly, sitting at your desk can ruin your back. It can ruin it. Other side. I don't know if you experienced that. Having a good chair is important too.
Good investment.
Best investment ever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am not a good typer.
You don't mess with a standing desk?
I don't actually have a desk at my office. It's a running joke. I'm like, can I get a desk finally? So, and I also have to take a lot of breaks going outside because I love being outside. So I often will go and take a call outside. That's one of the advantages of being in Florida, is always good weather.
This is true.
Switch. So are there any projects you're working on that you can tell us about that aren't top secret?
Projects that I'm working on that aren't top secret.
I mean, because we talked about a project yesterday with the thing you were doing. I don't know if you can talk about that.
Oh, I wish I could talk about that.
Okay. See, that's what I mean. It's like, what can we actually talk about? Now we're going to do a challenge. We're going to switch legs together. Switch, jump, 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 jump. Together to center, jump, jump. And switch legs, jump, jump.
Oh, yeah.
Jump, jump.
I'm actually starting
Jump.
an IG Live series where
Can I be on it?
I exercise with athletes. I interview them. What do you think?
Okay, now we're going to work on our breathing.
Good
So
idea.
we're going to push this out. No, you're not going to like this.
Oh.
So we're going to go. Okay?
No.
We're going to exhale. We're going to superset this out. Last time. Switch. Well done.
That was easy.
Back to the abs. Last one.
Oh.
Then we're going to work on some specialty breathing techniques after this.
Right. Getting a lot of critiques in the comments about my form. I think it's the lens.
I think so too. You need to get that iPhone 8 that I have.
Seriously?
Yeah.
This is my phone.
I actually have a 6. This is just my phone that I use for Instagram. So my regular phone is a 6S.
Get a new phone that is an antique.
That's all my insurance covers. So I break my phone pretty much every month. So I don't deserve a new phone.
Yeah, at least you know that about yourself, man. Yeah, I don't know about that. See what you're doing different.
Okay. Now we're going to... Oh, what am I doing different?
Yeah.
Well, we're done there. Now we're going to go this way.
Nailed it.
Pop, pulse, 2. Okay, so what tips do you give entrepreneurs for handling stress? Because as an entrepreneur, something always comes up. How do you deal with the stress?
Exercise is a great way to do it.
That's why you should keep going. Switch.
Even if it's just breathing or meditation, super valuable. Executive coaching, I think will become, if you can afford it,
Hold it.
One of the best things you can do for your career. And excuse me, I think it'll become much more mainstream in the next 5-10 years. Because if you think about it, y'all.
Switch. You feel that?
Oh, I felt it. Yeah.
Let yourself go deeper into that stretch too while you challenge yourself to hold it. Okay. Because we're opening up our obliques and our QL, which is that big back muscle at the bottom.
That's what I
So
thought it
we're
was called.
strengthening it and opening
Yep.
it.
Just mentioning my acupella. What was it?
Whew, QL, and
QL.
hopefully.
Yeah. Just thinking about my QL yesterday.
Oh my God, I'm done. I'm done with you. You are not making about your QL. Okay. The last thing we're gonna do is open up our diaphragm.
Okay.
So a lot of times, I'm gonna give you a demo. We're breathing like this through our stomach.
Yep.
See that? So we want to breathe through our diaphragm. So what we're gonna do is, you're gonna see my ribs move sideways, right? Otherwise, you're breathing like this. See how my ribs aren't moving? So when our ribs are stuck, that also contributes to our back.
Huh.
And opening up our diaphragm, using it, helps us to breathe. And you can use this also to relieve stress. So that's why I was asking, what did you do as an entrepreneur to relieve stress? Because this is something we can do, is breathe through our diaphragm, visualize, or use our breathing and our stretching to calm the mind.
All right. Breathing through the diaphragm.
So why don't we give it 11 good tries? So just visualize. Visualization helps you to breathe through those ribs. So visualize the air going through the ribs instead of. You feel that opening up?
I think so.
It takes practice. The first time I did this,
Wait,
I
so
was like, what?
I want to pretend like the air is coming here?
Yeah, so you want to visualize the air going. Visualize your ribs going in and out. Focus on the air going.
Okay. This is like at karaoke when I really want to, get that note. It's got to come from the diaphragm.
Yes.
You can't be singing karaoke up here. It's got to be right here. Okay.
All right, let's give it 5 more good tries. Doesn't happen overnight.
That last one had it.
Yeah. So when we open up our diaphragm, a lot of times we'll have a tight back because this is bound down. Got to open that up and everything gets loose.
Do you feel like I should be doing this every day? Should this be like a part of my morning process?
I think everyone can create their own process.
You're saying I couldn't handle it every day? That is a challenge, V.
Are you?
That is a challenge.
That's not what I was saying at all.
Challenge accepted.
Do you think you could do this every day?
Yeah, for sure.
Which part, the breathing or like the workout?
Entire thing, or some version of it that I will make my own.
I mean, I don't know if you feel looser though. Like personally, I feel looser through the upper back.
Definitely feels like I'm ready to go.
Ready to go? What?
Ready to attack.
Bench press?
I mean, most of my time is
ready to go attack your emails.
It's Zoom calls and emails, but it's still a process.
Zoom, Microsoft Teams, GoToMeeting. What's your go-to?
Zoom, but it's still not great. We actually invested in a company called Around, which is, we hope, like Zoom 2.0. But I do think it's been awesome to watch Zoom become so mainstream, but it's still not that great. Like, there's still room for innovation for sure. I mean, right, you're doing this on Instagram Live because you have like a good looking interface, comments, fans, all that. Like Zoom just wouldn't make sense. And I feel like there are going to be more applications of this video interview type engagement that are going to need to happen somewhere else.
Yeah, I like that idea. I'm down for that.
Right?
I'm down for that.
And then all you need is a couple whiskey bottles and you can work out at home too.
Well, I just want to give you credit for not only doing this workout and trying something new, but also the cooking you did yesterday.
I only did a little bit of it, but thank you.
Get you one that can do both.
I will take that credit. You know,
No, you deserve it because I was out. I just said, I don't know if you guys, but I told my family, I was like, I hate cleaning. I cannot do any more Sunday barbecues
Yeah,
because I just can't clean. I'm tired on the weekend after rest and I can't clean. So
sure.
everyone has stepped up and they're like, okay. So
Yeah, just wait. We're just still climbing up the mountain. It's only gonna get better. It's just Olympia needs naps. It's like, come on,
yeah, she
Olympia.
got wild last night, huh? She's like, ah!
It's weird because like you're supposed to be getting really tired, and then she just skyrockets in
She
terms of energy.
skyrockets. And
That's
she like
weird.
got grandma's like, come on, let's run.
Grandmother
It's 7
chaser.
p.m. Chase me, hide and seek, run. Ah! It was
I
so
know.
cute.
She's the best, but she's a lot of energy.
Now, why is ketchup her favorite food?
I don't know, and it's a problem. Actually, you want to know something really crazy? Okay, so I taught her how to say, okay, so there's a bunch of different flavors, right? And it's like sweet and salty, and then there's umami, which is I think it's a Japanese word, but it's like savory. And umami is one of the flavors in ketchup that makes ketchup so delicious. And as I look through all the foods that she loves, it's like all umami, like the seaweed. She loves Parmesan cheese, like all these really adult, like savory type foods or tastes.
Interesting.
She's so sophisticated and like does not care about sweet. What kid doesn't care about sweet?
Hmm.
I don't understand that baby. So now I'm trying to get her because I really want to impress Serena. Uh, I want to try to get Olympia to say umami like as a like to be tasting some ketchup and be like umami,
Oh,
just so that
mommy.
everyone can be like, wow, that is a really cultured 2.5-year-old, and really impress mama
Mm.
at those surprise.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you've heard
Google
the
it,
stories
folks.
how growing up, like Siri and I had to listen to foreclosure tapes on the Volkswagen 1978 Volkswagen bus going to practice into tournaments.
Yeah,
Will Olympia, and then remember when we got everyone got a book for Olympia,
yeah,
and I got the foreclosure books.
yes.
Will you be teaching her how to do a foreclosure in the Williams tradition?
Uh, I mean, if it's, I can't, there are some traditions I just wouldn't dare break. So yeah, she'll learn at an early age the hustle of real estate. Although I mean, that's not really my game. You and
No,
Serena
no,
do a
no. It's
much
not
better
definitely
job.
not the game, but it's like it kind of creates this mindset of being an entrepreneur. I think that's what it
Yeah,
did for me, and that's how I got the bug from my dad.
yeah. Y'all
But
been
obviously, I think we
fantastic
just want her to be
investors.
happy and a good person
Yeah, we do.
and
And
productive. That's the first thing. But
I know she's surrounded by a bunch of awesome women who influence and encourage her. And a little thing too, it makes me so proud because we try like I remember the first time I nearly called her bossy, and I stopped myself and I was like, if she were a little boy, I'd be saying that she is like a future CEO. And so I was like, all right, let's reframe this. This baby, future CEO, like she's a leader. And that's how like that's how I was able to check myself in a brief moment because I know and I hope and I pray that she continues to be as assertive as she is now because she's surrounded by women who like own it, who are assertive, who are leaders, and it's such a it's awesome. It's a
yeah,
great environment for her.
yeah, she knows what she wants. I've never seen a baby so self-aware. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty wild. She definitely is more advanced than I was by leaps and bounds. I couldn't even talk to people until I was like 25. So
What? That is no, that's not true.
it's kind of true.
No. Well, she's
I knew
just.
how to play tennis, but I was definitely very shy. But I could hit that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
And,
still
and now
doing
you got a
it.
talk show.
Now I have a cocktail. I didn't have a cocktail until that age too, but those are whole other stories. But now I love a cocktail. Should we have one now? Mine's not cold anymore. Otherwise, I'd do it.
Yeah, this is still warm. I'll probably stick to water for a little bit. I'm still
You're
recovering.
slurring on your meetings.
Right. Got to keep it professional.
They're like, that Lex is drunk on a Monday. He
Mm.
needs an intervention.
Just enjoying my quarantine.
So what's on the rest of your schedule this today?
Like you said, I mean, it's basically let's see here, Zoom calls, and then home for dinner at 6, and then family time. I have a quick call at 9:30, and then I'm done.
9:30 p.m.
Yeah, one last thing.
Sounds like my
Found
life.
things. I know, and really try so hard. I'm like, at least I got a block from 6 for dinner and then all the way to bedtime, like 8:30, where everyone knows they're not allowed to call me or bother me, and that works. But then there's always somebody who sneaks in after hours some nights. But yeah, it's all good though. It's a blessing to be able to work. We all we cannot wait to see you out there again.
I know.
When
Who
is this
knows when
tennis
that's going to
coming back,
happen?
B?
As of now, it's canceled through July 13th, but who knows what's going to happen? But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll be excited to watch.
Yeah, it will be. What was I going to say last but not least? Oh, I inherited a Nintendo Switch, so anytime you want to come play.
Hey, all right. Okay.
I'm thinking about getting back into gaming. Every time I do, though, I have to retire again because of injury, but I'll try to do moderation this time. It's hard, though.
It really is, and the kids these days can put in the hours. Like I was that kid in middle, mostly high school, playing just
Really?
stupid
What was your
hours
game?
games. GoldenEye on the N64, Smash Brothers, and then PC gamings. We're playing like EverQuest. It's kind of embarrassing. It's like the predecessor to World of Warcraft. It's
Don't say that out loud.
Yeah, I know. I know. I turned it around once I became a proper adult. Hey, what's up, Gary? Look,
I know. I just saw
Gary's
Gary. What did he
comments.
say?
Loving
Hey,
on your
Gary. Oh, he
YouTube.
loves my YouTube channel. Oh, thank you. More to come.
Y'all gonna subscribe to V's YouTube channel?
Yes, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We haven't even talked about that.
Do it.
But we'll do something.
Oh, it's very very cool to get to know.
Well, I'm down the street from you, so maybe I'll swing by before practice.
I
Check on you. Make sure you're working hard.
Please, I will be. I maybe 50-50 chance. But yeah, please stop by me. And then hopefully my ball girl will swing by too to help run some balls down.
Well, I'll see you at service on Tuesday at the Bold Light Congregation.
Yes. That's right. Excellent. Yeah. Beignets?
Yeah.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. We'll keep it clean. That's good. Lean and mean. No beignets.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dreaming of beignets. God help me. I'm going to pray.
Mm.
You guys, Lex makes the meanest beignets. He left it. Actually, they're still here. Should I bring them back?
He's still over there. I mean, it's probably better that they're not here. I'm not allowed to make pizza again for another 3 weeks per my wife. And I don't want to torture her with it.
Is it a gluten-free pizza?
No. And that's it. She's got her gluten pills and stuff, but she's just like, I don't care. I got to just endure this. It's so good. I never thought my Pizza Hut skills would come in handy, but here we are 20 years later after being a Pizza Hut cook. And
unbelievable. I love Pizza Hut, by the way. Ooh.
The personal pan pizzas are the only redeeming part of it.
They're so good.
I would never go to a Pizza Hut now, and thus I just lost any chance of a Pizza Hut sponsorship, but that's fine. I
haven't been in a while, but I love Pizza Hut.
Well, because you can use the cast iron, cast iron grill, the thing that, what's it called? Cast iron pan.
You could do that for me.
For sure. And you can actually, the process of actually making the dough is trivially easy. And then you line that sucker up.
Trivially easy. Okay, people are freaking out that you worked at Pizza Hut. They're like,
yeah, Columbia, Maryland. It was off of 108. I worked there for like 3 years. Started out as a cook, or I started out doing dishes the first night. And then Tony, my boss, was like, I like your energy, kid. You can be a cook. And I was like, great, anything to not have to do dishes. And then I eventually worked my way up to be a server because I was like, Tony, like, I knew the servers made more money. They made less base. It was like $2 an hour base, but you can make more on tips. And I knew I could hustle. I knew I could do the job. And I was like, you got to let me serve. And he was like, okay, all right, we'll see how it goes. But like a year later, I'm bringing it in. And I thought I could make a career out of it. And I told him, I was like, Tony, I'm doing really well here, man. I'm going to be graduating high school soon. Like, what do you think? What's the next move? And he was like, you know what, Alexis? I think you could do it. I think you should look into finding a gig at a really high-end restaurant, like up in New York, and just go all out. And so I went and I told my parents over dinner. I was like, hey, and my mom didn't go to college. My dad went to like a hippie school, so he didn't really go to college either. And so it was like a big deal that I was going to college. And so I told them,
I was like, hey, so I'm thinking of not going to college. And instead, my boss, Tony, at the Pizza Hut, really thinks I should go to New York and just full-time server and work in some nice high-end restaurant. And to their credit, my
You're a
dad
terrible person.
in his mind was like, you are going to college. Like you, like this is not a choice. Like you've worked too hard, like just do it. But my mom, ever thoughtful and supportive, was like, look, you're going to be successful, whatever you put your mind to, but why don't you put together a budget for how much it'll cost to live in New York, how much you'll reasonably make, and then figure out if that's a decision you want to make. And it was very wise, because later that week I started putting this together, and I realized very quickly that was going to be a really, really hard gig, and I should shut up and keep applying to colleges. But that Pizza Hut experience was the best job I had to prepare me for being an entrepreneur, because
Wow.
you working in food service too, you deal with terrible customers, you deal with so much, and yet all the money you bring home comes from how you do customer service and taking ownership, um, even when it's not your fault, even when the cook actually messed up, you take responsibility for it, because at the end of the day, the customer doesn't care like who else was at fault. They want you to take ownership of it, and that, like, the number one piece of advice I give to new employees or people early in their careers asking for it is the best thing you can do to get noticed and to move up is to take ownership for things, even when they're not your fault. Because that's what everyone wants. That's what customers want. That's what your boss wants. That's what everybody wants. And I learned that from the Pizza Hut, even though I probably would never eat there again. Because I can now make my own personal pan pizza using the cast iron skillet. It's
without the markup.
right, exactly. And it's homemade, and it's nice. Well, everyone's
I
really
can't wait
liking
for this
the
pizza.
wig situation, V.
Oh, yeah, new hair, new day, new hair.
Yes.
Um, so the key working at Pizza Hut is the Wimbledon of entrepreneurship.
Well,
That's what I got from that story.
okay. All right, let's roll with that. That is what it is. But I appreciated this a lot, V. Thank you for
Thank you. Thank you for coming on.
this is good.
Love,
When are we doing
yeah,
this again?
hydrate. Whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you want.
Okay, careful what you
We
wish for.
could continue the back stuff, but we'll get actually this time we'll be on the ground.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
What do you think?
Okay. I'm
All right, fine.
Bye,
All
V.
right, love you lots.
Love you, sis. See you.
All right. See you soon. Bye. Okay, that was my super brother-in-law, Lex. He's completely awesome, and I'm so happy he joined. So today's workout was Motivation Monday, and how entrepreneurs can avoid back pain from all the sitting that you do, how you can visualize what you'd like to accomplish, and how you can reduce stress. So all different techniques that I use in tennis and in entrepreneurship, and Lex was able to share his secrets. So if you want to be a great entrepreneur, learn customer service by working at Pizza Hut or some other place like that. So click on my link in the bio and you can see these workouts and where to find them after they're not on my channel anymore. And you can also use the code Coach Venus and stay home for 20% off. And then we're going to be back tomorrow for our Tennis Tuesdays with Naomi Osaka. So I'm very excited about that. And I will see you guys tomorrow at noon. Love you, everyone who joined. Special love to Isha. She's always doing the workouts. Love you guys. Bye.